Imagine this. You return to a colony you left just 3 years ago. Your daughter, your granddaughter, your people gone. No bones, no bodies, just silence. And one word scratched into a wooden post. Croatoan. No signs of struggle, no farewell, no clues. That's exactly what happened to John White in 1590. Over 100 English settlers vanished from Roanoke Island without a trace. And to this day, no one knows what truly happened. Buckle up, because what you're about to hear is not just history. It's America's first great unsolved mystery. Our story begins with a rivalry not between neighbors, but between empires. In the late 1500s, Spain dominated the New World. Gold. Colonies. England. Queen Elizabeth I grants a royal charter to Sir Walter Raleigh to establish a colony in North America. He doesn't go himself but sends expeditions in his name. The location? A strange forested island off the coast of what's now North Carolina, called Roanoke. The goal? Establish a permanent English presence and strike back at Spain. But what starts as ambition will soon become a nightmare. The first group arrives in 1585, led by Governor Ralph Lane. They're soldiers, not settlers, and they quickly clash with the local Algonquian tribes. Misunderstandings turn violent. Lane kills the native chief Wingina, fearing rebellion. Meanwhile, supplies run out. When Sir Francis Drake arrives during a raid on the Spanish, the starving colonists beg to leave. They abandon Roanoke just weeks before fresh supplies and 400 men arrive on a different ship. The colony's empty, but 15 men are left behind to keep England's claim. Those men? They're never heard from again. In 1587, a second attempt is launched. This time, men, women, and children, real settlers, families. Among the colonists was John White's own daughter, Eleanor Dare, pregnant when they arrived. On August 18, 1587, she gave birth to Virginia Dare, the first English child born in the New World. The colony lands at Roanoke again, even though their original plan was to settle farther north. It should have been a hopeful beginning. But within weeks, the colony faces shortages again, and tensions with local tribes re-emerge. John White is forced to make a decision no father ever wants to: leave his family behind to get help from England. He promises he'll be back quickly, but fate has other plans. White returns to England only to find it at war with Spain. All ships are seized to defend against the Spanish Armada. He's stuck for 3 years. When he finally returns to Roanoke in 1590, what he finds is beyond belief. The colony is empty. Houses dismantled, not destroyed. No graves, no signs of battle, no people, just 2 carvings, CRO on a tree, and Croatoan on a post. No cross or distress sign, meaning the settlers may have left willingly. White believes they went to Croatoan Island, now known as Hatteras Island. But a storm hits, the ship loses an anchor, and they're forced to abandon the search. John White never sees his family again. What really happened? This is where the facts end, and the theories begin. What really happened to the lost colony of Roanoke? Let's see what you think. Drop your theory in the comments. Now let's examine the most famous possibilities. One theory says the settlers were attacked and wiped out by hostile tribes. Some later accounts claim bones were found, but no evidence remains. Native tribes at the time were known to resist English encroachment. But why dismantle the houses? Why leave a message? The most accepted theory? The colonists joined the Croatoan tribe, friendly, resourceful, and likely to accept allies. Later settlers in Jamestown reported seeing gray-eyed, fair-skinned Native Americans. Coincidence? Or descendants of Roanoke? In 2012, researchers discovered a hidden symbol on John White's original map, a fort symbol 50 miles inland. Archaeologists excavating that area found English pottery from the 1500s. Could the colonists have moved inland and survived in secret? Did they adapt, build anew, and disappear from history? Then there's the infamous Dare stones carvings said to be made by Eleanor Dare herself, describing their suffering and deaths. Dozens were found, but most were later declared fakes. Still, some believe at least the first stone may be genuine. If true, it would rewrite everything. The truth about Roanoke may never be fully known. But what's undeniable is this: these colonists were more than a mystery. They were pioneers, risk-takers, survivors, and possibly victims. Their story haunts America's roots and echoes through time. And somewhere out there, maybe deep in the woods or hidden in tribal bloodlines, their legacy lives on. If this mystery gripped you, hit like, subscribe, and ring that bell so you never miss the next shocking unsolved story. And tell us in the comments, what do you think happened to the lost colony of Roanoke? This is BrainZilla, where history hides in plain sight. Until next time, stay curious, stay questioning.